Let me introduce another new idea for Christmas holidays. Cone-shaped Christmas tree created in Burkina-Faso technique. We've already woven a flat panel picture. This time we are going to make a cone-shaped Christmas tree. We already know quite a few types of various Christmas trees. Let's add one more idea to our collection. Today I'd like to show you how to weave a Christmas tree like this. To my mind, a stand makes it much more nice looking. At my request, my husband has sculptured such a stand. The stand is 50 centimeters high, which is about 20 inches. The base diameter is 15 centimeters, about 6 inches. This is the size for a 40 centimeter or 16-inch high Christmas tree. So I got such a Christmas tree. For weaving this cone-shaped Christmas tree, I've used a conic form made many years ago, when I was only trying to weave a Christmas tree spirally in the early days of my passion. I created it of some materials at hand, now it's hard to recollect of which exactly, based on some video from YouTube. The form is rather dense, as it is filled with crumpled newspapers. The bottom is covered with a circle. Everything is fastened with sticky tape. I keep it somewhere deep in the shed and usually think of it before Christmas. So I'm going to weave from top to bottom. Start weaving in a well-known way. Let's repeat it once again. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. The tubes are identical to the ones I've used for weaving the panel picture from the same batch. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tubes involved in the work. I'm going to join them approximately here. Let's add a couple tubes more. 8 and 9. So I need 9 tubes to begin with. Let's join them like this in order to continue weaving. This way. In addition to our traditional tools, here I use such pins. For more convenient working, I attach the weaving to the form with a few pins. I'm going to shift them in the process of working to keep the weaving from sliding. Unite the braid and continue weaving, passing on to the second row. Here I add a new tube. The tails will be cut off afterwards. What I like about this Christmas tree is that it takes only one evening to weave. since I'm extremely pressed for time, like probably all of you. And 2 hours of one vacant evening wouldn't be enough to weave a Christmas tree in a traditional way. While this Christmas tree is rather fast to weave. Continue. Lengthening. Here the weaving is getting deformed, so I definitely need to add a new tube. Let's lengthen the old tube as well. At the beginning I have to lengthen the tubes rather often, since the shape is getting wider. Let's shift the fastening pins. This way. Lengthen once again. And continue weaving. Try to keep the intervals between the rows equal. I personally measure it with the help of a ruler. Well, I could have drawn spiral lines on the form, but it is not easy to draw on sticky tape, so I've decided to do without any drawing. I've just placed a ruler next to myself and the inter-row intervals, check the inter-row intervals with it from time to time. Now I've reached the long poles, which makes weaving more convenient as I don't have to lengthen shorter tubes anymore, but don't forget to add new tubes to widen the weaving. Well, there's no particular pattern. I just add new tubes when I see the poles getting too much slanted to the right. Here I can do with the existing pole. Let's check the inter-row interval by means of a ruler. Here the tube starts slanting rightwards. Let's add a new one to avoid deformation. The only thing I'd like to note, try to avoid adding 2 new tubes in succession. Add one new tube, then make use of an old one. Otherwise, when you cut off the tails, there would be large gaps between the poles. Here is one more additional tube lacking to widen the weaving. And continue weaving this way spirally. There's nothing particular about it. The only thing you should keep in mind is adjusting the row height. I keep track of it now and then with the help of a ruler. If your form is not wrapped with sticky tape, you can draw a spiral line to follow. Continue weaving the Christmas tree by means of such repeated steps until the required height. Based on the experience of my previous 2 Christmas trees, at this stage, when I just start shaping the cone, I detach the form and braid the top tubes until they get dry and shaggy. How many tubes do I have here? 3, 3, 3. I've got 9 tubes, so let's braid them while they are still wet. In case you don't make a braid in time, they'll get shaggy and make the Christmas tree look untidy. Well, you can shape the top tubes into the braid like this, or weave them some other way. As an option, you can insert a piece of wire and wrap it afterwards. It's up to you. The only limit is your imagination. The key point is to take care of the tube tails while they are wet to make the top neat. You can drop some glue here, but I'll fasten it with the help of a clothing clip so far. That's all. Put a foam in again. Pin it to the weaving in a few points and continue weaving. Almost half of the Christmas tree is ready. Continue weaving, shift the pins from time to time, and feed the ruler to the inner row intervals. When my equal rows reach the foam edge, I weave the last row following the edge. Here I'm going to finish it in order to get the smooth edge. In this type of weaving, it is impossible to make the joint completely invisible, but at least you can make the edge level. It is what I'm going to do. Take a look, please. I'm going to narrow the inner row interval gradually until I reach a point where the rows meet. I've reached the point of finishing. Join the rows. Now I can tuck two vacuum tubes in the weaving. One tube is going into this loop. The second one is going here. Smoothen the edge as much as you can. Now let's take the pins out and trim the Christmas tree. When I work with wet tubes, the curls get fastened reliably, so I cut the excessive tails right after weaving. At first I trim the edge, then I'm cutting the external side gradually circle-wise, grabbing the internal tails too. This way, gradually, row by row, I'm cutting the tails protruding from outside and inside. Our Christmas tree is quickly becoming nice looking. A shaggy scene like this at first, it's turning into such a beauty. Take a look, please. There are almost no stumps visible. After trimming, I coat the stumps with a painting solution once again to make them quite invisible. Continue trimming. Take notice of these white stumps remaining after the tails have been cut off. They are well seen, so I'm coating them with painting solution, which makes them quite invisible. I've told you about the painting solution now I'm using in the previous masterclass. I've got a mixture of green colorants here, 2 spoons of white acrylic paint, some black colorant to make the color dark green, and 2 spoons of acrylic lacquer for about half a liter of water. 1 layer of this solution has been enough for coating the tubes with printed letters on them to paint the characters over. As a rule, I paint newspaper tubes twice. Once I had to apply 3 layers of light paint to cover the printed letters over. Here 1 layer of paint has proven quite sufficient. Now I'm coating the white stamps with the same very painted solution, at first from the outside, then from the inside. So I've got the 3rd Christmas tree like this. Take a look, please. The only thing left is to decorate it with some tinsel to your liking. Well, it looks rather nice even with no stand, but I personally like it on a stand much better. I'll be happy if such a Christmas tree has made you interested. Give it a try and make your own experiments.